When you think of David Bowie, images of glam rock, unforgettable stage personas, and timeless hits immediately come to mind. Bowie was one of the most influential artists of the 20th century, but behind the spotlight, he was also a father. While many fans know about his older son, Duncan Jones, fewer are aware of the story of his daughter, Alexandria Zara Jones, the child who became the center of Bowie's later life and one of his most precious treasures. A miracle arrival born in August 2000. Alexandria, affectionately called Lexi, was the daughter of David Bowie and supermodel Iman. Her arrival was considered something of a miracle. Both Bowie and Iman had children from previous relationships, but having one together was their dream come true. For Bowie, who was already in his 50s, Lexi's birth brought new joy and purpose at a stage in life when many people are slowing down. Unlike her father's dramatic stage personas and Iman's glamorous modeling career, Lexi grew up in a world carefully shielded from the public eye. The couple deliberately kept her away from the relentless attention of paparazzi and the chaos of celebrity culture. Growing up as Bowie's daughter, while many celebrity kids are pushed into the limelight, Bowie and Iman had a different plan. They wanted Alexandria to live as normal a childhood as possible. Bowie often described fatherhood in his later years as one of his greatest joys, and those close to the family said Lexi had her dad completely wrapped around her finger. She grew up in London and New York City, experiencing the best of both worlds, one steeped in her father's British rock roots, and the other in her mother's American high-fashion influence. Yet through it all, Bowie insisted on keeping her grounded, often emphasizing the importance of privacy, education, and individuality. A bond, like no other. Friends and insiders often recalled how deeply protective and devoted Bowie was to Alexandria. He had lived through decades of fame, excess, and reinvention, but in his later years, his greatest reinvention was simply becoming dad. When he wasn't making music, Bowie was often at home with Lexi, cooking, painting, or walking her to school. Those everyday moments were what he cherished most. In interviews, Bowie mentioned that being there for his daughter gave him a happiness that no stage performance could match. Life after Bowie's passing, when David Bowie tragically passed away in January 2016, the world mourned the loss of a music legend. But for Alexandria, then only 15 years old, the loss was far more personal. It was the loss of her beloved father. Despite the grief, Lexi has continued to honor her father's legacy in her own quiet way. Rather than chasing fame, she has chosen to live largely out of the spotlight, focusing on art and creativity. She shares glimpses of her artwork and life on social media, giving fans a peek into the thoughtful and artistic spirit she inherited from her father. The future of Lexi Bowie, now in her 20s, Alexandria is forging her own path. While she could have easily stepped into modeling or music, she seems more interested in expressing herself on her own terms. That independence is something both of her parents valued and passed down to her. Her story proves that not all celebrity children are destined to follow directly in their parents' footsteps. Sometimes, the greatest tribute is simply living authentically and carrying forward the lessons of love, privacy, and creativity. The truth about David Bowie's daughter, Alexandria, is simple yet powerful. She is not just the daughter of a legend, she is her own person. Protected, loved, and raised with care, Lexi stands as a living reminder of Bowie's softer side, the family man behind the star. And while the world will always remember Bowie as a rock icon, Alexandria will forever remember him as dad.